A very good morning, dear children. I am Ratna Chatterjee from Study Hall Educational Foundation, and today we are going to start with NIOS Board Secondary Course English, code number 202 with lesson number 23, The Return of the Lion. So children, the chapter is based on a historical play on Chhatrapati Shivaji's life. It is all about his bravery, his struggles, and about how he overcome all the problem and became a king. Now children, we also know him as a great warrior because he was very brave. Alright, then he was a just ruler. He was very just towards his people and in decision making. Also, he was most honored king till date because he protected the vulnerable. He protected the vulnerable people around him and in Maratha. He was very tolerant about other religions. Although he fought many battles against Aurangzeb, but he protected Muslim women, mosques and tombs. Alright, so he was very just, he was very brave, and he was very tolerant about other religions. Now children, you know, in Mumbai, the railway terminus and the airport is also named after Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj to pay him our homage, to pay our gratitude. It was named, these railway terminus and airports, these were named after his name to pay him gratitude and in his memory. Now, in the chapter, lion is used as a metaphor for Shivaji because he was very brave. Whenever he was in the war field, he behaved like a lion. He was brave like a lion. He fought like a lion. Okay? Now children, before moving on to the chapter, let's understand the important characters in this play. Now characters, first Shivaji, the ruler of Maratha. Okay? Earlier we have understood that it is a historical play based on Chhatrapati Shivaji's life. Jijabai, Shivaji's mother, a very bold, practical and brave woman. Mantri, Shivaji's chronicler. Sachiv, the secretary. Ramdas, a poet, also Shivaji's companion and teacher. Soyabai, Shivaji's wife, and Sambhaji's mother. Sambhaji, the son of Shivaji and Soyabai. Pandit Rao, Sambhaji's foster mother. She was an old woman. So alright children, now begin with the chapter. Children, it was a setup, it was a play where all the characters were in tension. They were very much tensed because Aurangzeb and Shivaji had a fight and Aurangzeb captured and imprisoned Shivaji. Alright, and the situation was very intense and grave because just then a letter had arrived from Agra that Shivaji is dead. Alright, although it had no mention about how he died, but the letter made everyone very sad and they were in grave situation. But Jijabai declared it to be a hoax. She said that this letter is not real and whatever is mentioned here is also not real because it was sent by Aurangzeb and it was handed over by Jai Singh, and by then Jai Singh had become a slave of Aurangzeb. Therefore, it is all about Aurangzeb's trap to put people in a grave situation and to take the benefits of that situation. Alright. So, another thing that Aurangzeb had done and why the situation was very tense and grave was that he had laid traps. Aurangzeb had laid traps all over and Bilaspur was about to attack. Okay. So, there was discontentment and fear and a situation of revolt was about to arise there, because the king was not there and people were feeling helpless. So there were chances that there could be a revolt. At that moment, Jijabai acted very bravely and very intelligently. She took few decisions, and let's see what happened. She declared the letter to be a hoax. First of all, she said that it is not true. The lion cannot be kept in the fox's den for a long time. My son will come back for sure along with his cub. And who is the cub? Sambhaji, Shivaji's son. And to meet the current challenge there of discontentment and revolt and the fear, she decided to increase the ration of the soldiers. Okay, what else? She asked to send useful gifts to their wives so that they also feel contented. Next, she declared to send sweets and toys to their children for their happiness. This way, she wanted to show her people that everything is fine, nothing is going to happen, everything is fine, and Shivaji is not dead. At least she had not believed the news. Also, she asked Mantri ji to announce that Shivaji is in Varanasi. Okay, and he will be back soon. And you know, children, those days astrology and this priest culture was in play. So she said that announce that Shivaji's birth chart has been read by various priests in Varanasi, and they had said that Shivaji will become the king of the whole of Maratha. Okay, so nothing can happen to him right now. Okay, this way she made the soldiers and the priests happy. So this was her way to meet the current challenge, the current trap set by Aurangzeb. Now what happened, that few days later she welcomed 3 sadhus from north. There were 3 sadhus, 2 very well built and 1 a little short height sadhu. These 2 sadhus were talking to Jijabai, they were giving her blessings, but the 3rd sadhu remained quiet, and the other 2 sadhus mentioned that he is on a silence mode. Okay, therefore he will not talk about anything. But the mother inside Jijabai was worried and was lurking about her son's well-being. So she wanted to know more about North and the news, but they said, the sadhus said that they don't have any news about Shivaji because they are far from war and kingdom matters. And it is very true also, like sadhus are least interested in these matters. That is why she agreed. But before they were about to leave, Jijabai said that I cannot let a sadhu remain or to leave my place without giving me some blessings, because by that moment she could recognize the 3rd sadhu as her son. So she said, to make him speak, she said that okay, if you cannot bless me, then you may curse me to death, because I cannot live with my son. I know my son is brave, my son is a lion, and he will not remain for a longer time in a fox's den. But then too, if you will remain quiet, then and you cannot bless me, and if my son is really no more in this world, then please curse me that I die, because as is I cannot survive without my son. This made the 3rd sadhu impatient, and he discloses himself as Shivaji, and he fell upon her feet. Okay, now the 3rd sadhu seeked blessings from Jijabai, and there was a happy environment all over. The king is back now, the lion is back now from the fox's den. See, this is how Shivaji fought bravely, escaped from the place in disguise, and then reached in his own kingdom even not letting others, people of his kingdom, to know that he is alive, he was there in front of his mother, and his mother recognized him, the third sadhu, of being Shivaji. Alright. So children, whenever you are at a place of responsibility, you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to take things differently. See, Jijabai also, being a mother, being a grandmother, she maintained a strong exterior, although she was a bit fearful about the well-being of her son and her grandson, but she maintained a strong exterior and took very good care of her kingdom by giving them various rewards and gifts, so that the discontentment and the fear should not spread, and Aurangzeb could not take any chance to take over them. Children, I think you have understood the chapter well. Read the chapter again. Have a good luck. Do good in your boards. Thank you.